Hi, this is Brian.
This is Scott.
We're with Colemere Realty. Today we wanted to do a first video of a 2-video series on what do you do when your appraisal comes in low. Now let me kind of paint the scenario here is we're in a strong market, a strong seller's market, and there are certain price ranges that will generate multiple offers for a home that's out there. And what can happen is you get an appraiser that comes in and they don't think the home is worth what is on the contract for. And so we want to answer that question today.
So basically this, again, from a buyer's perspective, the very first thing, remember, as a buyer in the contract, you always have the right to cancel the contract if the appraisal comes in below the contract price.
Absolutely. That's kind of the easy solution, but it's not a solution.
It doesn't get you the house.
It doesn't get it. So what typically happens is you go into a renegotiation. So if the buyer has the ability to come up with a little bit more money or maybe get rid of some of the closing costs that maybe have been negotiated with the seller, there's usually kind of a renegotiation, and oftentimes there's a meeting of the minds to make it work out for both sides.
Yeah, meet somewhere in the middle. One thing to remember is whether it works out or whether it doesn't work out, if the buyer is an FHA buyer, or as if Brian said, if there's multiple offer situation and some of those offers are FHA buyers, that an FHA appraisal, whether the offer ends up working out for the buyer and seller or not, stays with the property.
Absolutely. So it can work either to a buyer's advantage or to their disadvantage actually as well. So the next point is when renegotiating, it's important to pay attention to the contract deadline. So there's a financing and appraisal deadline. When you're within that deadline, that allows you to back out of the offer. And so if this is negotiated outside of those deadlines and you don't come to terms with that, the earnest money could be lost in the transaction. So it's important that your agent pays attention to that.
Definitely. Last thing is, and this again, an easy solution, if the appraisal comes in low, the buyer can simply come in with the cash difference between appraisal price and contract price. Of course, that's not always the most fun solution, and that's why obviously we would think that you would want to reach out to any member of your Colemere Realty team. And if you have any questions about this topic or anything else, please feel free to contact us. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching.